Okay, today I'm gonna share about this core construction of the public-private civil sector, blah blah blah. But simply, I'm gonna talk about how to build trust with multiple sectors, right? And before starting that, I will share some agenda. Now we are introducing ourselves. And first, before starting workshops, let me share some stories from Japan. So how to build trust with multi-sector organizations. It will gonna be less than 1 hour. After that, we will organize a workshop to make a chat one. It's gonna be fun. And please be relaxed and eat the snacks. Yeah, I don't want to make a boring lecture today. Okay, so let me introduce myself briefly. Actually, I'm running 3 organizations. One is the Code for Japan, today's topic, the civic tech community. And second is Geo Republic. This is actually the company I have been running most long time. And we are providing consulting services using open source GIS. Do you know GIS? Geographical Information Systems. There are many good open source software, and so we customize we provide customized software to our clients using open source software. And also, I have another company called HackCamp. HackCamp is a kind of open innovation consultant to the enterprise company. We organize many hackathons to the company and for the companies, and some of them are internal one, others are very public event, like a hackathon event or ideathon event, like that. And also, I'm a city officer part-time. I have been working for the Kobe City as a chief innovation officer nearly 4 years. And also recently I forgot to paste the information, but I also working for the Tokyo Metropolitan Government as a digital transformation fellow. Okay, and but I think more interesting things might be my story, background, why I started this kind of social civic hacking. And this is a website I created in 2011. This is all Japanese, so I will explain about a little bit things. I created this website for helping the people who affected by the big earthquake occurred in Japan, 2011 March. There was a very big earthquake, and at that time I was just a normal, ordinary engineer, system engineer. I don't have any interest to this kind of radical future. So just I was working for the startup and acquired the startup, and that company was acquired by the Yahoo Japan. And so at that time I was just an employee of the Yahoo Japan. But I realized at this time the earthquake happened, and I realized maybe my skills are not useful for helping that kind of people, because I was working for the advertisement platform. At that time, all advertisements were stopped. So, and I felt some feeling I'm useless. But fortunately, coincidentally, I started this platform using open source software with friends of the open source community, called OpenStreetMap. OpenStreetMap is a community which is aiming to create digital maps free digital maps. And this is you can see the number in the map of Japan, and people collect people have collected many information about the earthquake, and put the information on a map and geocoded data, and shared as a publicly. So this website was useful for finding what is happening in where. So this website was my first career for helping people using my skill. So, and after that, I realized many government are not well to use technologies. So I started to help them. Especially first, initially, I explained about open data, how open data helps government, and also how open data is useful for the engineers and the company like us. So yeah, and this is 2011, and okay. Numbers mean this area is have a 5,760 report mapped by people, and you can nail down and look where exactly where is what's happening. So like someone is locked in some building, or the water supply is recovered, or you can use a public bus or something. So that kind of information people collected. Okay. And where is Nao? You want to introduce? This is Nao. I think you know.
Hello, I am Nao. I just became 27 yesterday. Thank you for celebrating yesterday. Okay, so I'm Nao, and I'm currently working for working with the Code for Japan as one of the community contributor, which means with my spare time, I organize events like hackathon or meetups for civic hackers in East Asia. One of the lecture is called Tech for No Tech, which is the workshop you can learn how to use tech. And then we do this for non-tech people who is willing to use the technology. And then the other one is a meetup for civic hackers in East Asia facing the ocean, meet and hack. We organized this in Okinawa last year, and then we had one in Taipei, in Tainan, Taiwan, and yeah, we're gonna have one in Jeju, hopefully in May. And as a full-time job, I'm working for a startup company which provides an online map platform, story.com, as a global business development and community manager for user community.
Yeah, and he will organize today's workshop. Okay, so yeah, later please. And I'm gonna explain Code for Japan. Code for Japan is a community. Actually, a non-profit organization, but we are a community and a network for the people who want to think together and create something together. It means it is a sense of the civic tech. We want to change the relationship with citizen and government. Often the citizen complain about the government things. I pay the taxes, so the public service should be provided smoothly. But actually, people have to be involved in the government public services. So we want to change this conflict situation to the collaborative situation. So we gather the people and working together and solve the social issues together. This is the concept of the Code for Japan, and also many other civic tech communities concept, I think. So we are making this field. People can work to build something, right? And Code for Japan has two functions. One is community support. We connect the people and engage with the people and make a community to learn together. So knowledge sharing platform, so people can learn others' activities and also experiences, and we are creating opportunities to be involved in the public sectors. We have many workshops series, and also we are supporting government as a little bit professional. We give consulting services to the government, and also install the open governance to the government. Explain why it's important or why you should involve the citizens, and also helping the digital transformation in Japan. Japanese government is very behind to use good technology, so we help their internal work to improve that. And I say the Code for Japan is network, but actually network is people, right? So people is important. Then we have more than 18 local Code for communities in Japan right now, and they are very diverse. They use original logos, and the size is different. Some of them are very big, but some of them are just a few people. But it's okay. So we connect that kind of communities and not control them. Just connect people and share. Let them to share their knowledge as open source or open workshops or something. So today's workshop is also built by the other organization called Code for Cat. So yeah, now we explain about that. So yeah, and Code for Japan is not the umbrella of these communities. Just we connect, and many organizations have their own motivation to work with. So that's a point. Very grassroots community. This is really a sustainable model. And also, world map is disappeared, but maybe you can guess the world map background. Japan is here, and Taiwan is here, and also, yeah. I wanted to say in this slide, we are community, global community. The first organization is Code for America, and I started after Code for America, Code for Japan. So right now, there are many organizations in the world, and we also have a Slack and sharing our knowledge, and sometimes we do event together, like Facing the Ocean, now already mentioned. So this is also a really interesting community. Then I will share some our projects, and this is from the community side. We have many projects, but I will explain some projects. And this is a project called the Social Technology Officer. We want to connect the NPO and tech people. In Japan, many NPOs have operating with a real budget, and they cannot hire the tech person, and they even doesn't know how they can use the technology to change the world. So we have an opportunity. We create the opportunity to connect both fields, and we have a matching event. And NPO and the tech people will have a small project during 3 or 4 months and try to solve their small problem. And after that, maybe the NPO will hire the tech person because they already knew what is possible or what is not.
So what is chatbot? Is it familiar for you? Might be some of you are feeling like it's really difficult or like I cannot build one. When you hear a chatbot, it could be like a AI powered or like customer engagement or like customer support. That's when you hear a chatbot, I think. But also chatbot is used in this kind of social sector as well. One of the example, this chatbot is called Call Facts, which is a chatbot. You can check the news is true or not, which is developed in GovZero, Taiwan. It's one of the civic hackers community in Taiwan. And this is how it works. Users can send a message on a chatbot you can ask this news is true or not, and then the database will send you back the results. And then if the news is not on the database yet, editors can contribute. Editors can write the answer if the news is true or not. And those editors are professional editor. There is a certain qualification to be requirements to be an editor, and then they validate the news is true or not. So yeah, chatbot is used in this kind of purpose in the social sector as well. But why is the line chatbot? So as I mentioned in the beginning, chatbot is not only the solution for every problem, but this workshop specifically, this process is really participative, really collaborative, and users can learn how to use the collaboration tools such as Google Docs. When you work with the local people, some people, they have never used this kind of tool. And then also you can learn how powerful it is to develop a database together. By crowdsourcing, we can develop a database which is really powerful. And then through this workshop, you can create one. And so with this example, people can learn how to create a collaborative database, and then also you can how to use this kind of collaborative tool so they can apply this kind of tools into their project. That's one of the purpose of doing this workshop. Okay, so let's start. We can start doing this workshop. Okay, so the idea of chatbot today is a Korea travel guide, and then that bot will answer your local information which local people recommend. We're gonna create this today.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. How can I say that? How to chopstick. How you can use a chopstick? You can use your finger.
There's that hidden side to the story as well.
Thank you very much for sharing. Yeah, as you have mentioned, like you have found so many things to be improved, or like we still have challenges on the app, and then in the process of like discussing the question and answers, I think you also like experience like side effects. I would say like you can not only talk about the question and answer, you can also think about something else. I think that is really important point. And then, yeah, but you have just created this chatbot in last like an hour.